When I saw the empty gate and the quiet departures board, I knew something was wrong. Not the usual kind of wrong, not a delay, not a gate change, but something colder, something deliberate. I checked the ticket again. Flight 217 to Portland, Maine, November 12th, 9:45 a.m. The date printed in my mother's neat, forwarded email. I could still hear her voice. "Don't be late this time, sweetheart." I wasn't. They were. I called as the last passengers disappeared down the jetway. Mom answered on the second ring, wind in her voice, laughter in her throat. "Oh, sweetie," she said, "we're already in Lake SEBAGO. Why didn't you come yesterday?" The words didn't land right away. They hovered, almost playful, until her laughter cracked through them. That was when I understood. They lied. I hung up, went home, said nothing. They've always loved little games. Dad with his tests of character, Mom with her tough love lessons. They called it parenting. I called it conditioning. When I was 16, they forgot to pick me up after debate finals, said they wanted to see if I'd figure it out. When I was 21, they canceled my graduation dinner to teach humility. Each time, I forgave them, because they were my parents, because I wanted to believe that cruelty wrapped in affection was still love. But this was different. This wasn't a lesson. It was a message. They didn't want me there. And for the first time, I didn't want to forgive them. The next morning, I opened the family group chat. Photos flooded in. Mom in her sun hat, Dad grilling by the water. Captions dripping with mock affection. "Wish you were here." I typed 3 words back, then deleted them. Instead, I scrolled through their itinerary, which I found easily enough in Mom's email drafts. She was careless with passwords. They'd be gone 5 days, back on a Saturday evening. Flight 289, landing at 6:40 p.m. That gave me time. The first step was small: silence. No calls, no replies. They'd expect me to pout, to lash out. They'd feed off it. I gave them nothing. Then came the bank login, their shared savings account. I'd set it up years ago, back when Dad said he didn't trust online stuff. My name was still listed as the secondary administrator. I didn't touch their money. I just redirected the auto payments. Subtle changes. Enough to cause confusion. Electric, water, property tax, all temporarily suspended. Then I canceled their airport car service and rebooked it for Sunday instead. One quiet, invisible click at a time. By Friday night, the board was set. Saturday, 6:40 p.m. I parked near the arrivals gate. The terminal lights flickered across the windshield, sterile and humming. They appeared together, sunburned, wheeling matching luggage. Dad's shirt half-tucked, Mom's smile tight with travel fatigue. I watched them through the glass doors, the same way a biologist studies a specimen before dissection. When they reached the curb, Mom dialed her phone. I didn't answer. 5 minutes later, she called again. Then Dad tried. Still nothing. Then came the realization. No car service, no ride, no one waiting. Their smiles faltered. I waited until they started arguing. That's when I stepped out of the car. Mom's face flickered through confusion, surprise, then something sharper, guilt disguised as affection. "Sweetheart, you're here!" I smiled. "Of course I am. You said I missed the trip, remember? I wanted to be early this time." Dad's eyes darted toward the terminal. He was searching for control, as usual. "Let's just go home," he said. "We can talk about it there." Oh, home. I let the word linger. "You'll have to wait for that. The power's out. And the water. And the locks. Well, those are new." Mom blinked. "What do you mean?" I leaned closer. "I mean, you shouldn't teach lessons you can't handle being graded on." For the first time in my life, they were silent. I handed them a small envelope. Inside, 2 keys and a note. You taught me independence. Consider this graduation. I walked away before they opened it. They tried calling that night, then texting. By morning, Dad's number was blocked. Mom's too. I kept the house. Legally, it was still half mine. The paperwork Dad never filed properly made sure of that. They moved into a rental, closer to the airport. Sometimes I still get postcards. Hope you're doing well, signed in the same careful handwriting. I never reply. It's funny how silence becomes its own language, how revenge doesn't always need fire or shouting. Sometimes it's just an absence, a missing seat at the table, a flight that never boards. They taught me how to survive without comfort. I just showed them I listened. And when they landed back home, they finally understood what it feels like to arrive and find no one waiting.